Stay connected. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Tim Bennett here from the Cortland Voice, and I'm here with David Neal and Gwen Barbado from the Arts at Grace. David, Gwen, how are you?
Great. How are you doing, Tim?
Good. The Arts at Grace, excuse me, is celebrating their 19th season, and they're gonna have some concerts coming up. And David, Gwen, I want to hear from you. Tell us about maybe your role with the Arts at Grace, and maybe what the Arts at Grace is for those that may not know.
Well, I'll get the ball rolling and Gwen jump in. Yeah, the Arts at Grace is a concert series that was founded as an outreach of what was then Grace Episcopal Church and what is now Grace and Holy Spirit Church. We got going as a suggestion of the current rector at that time was Tom Margrave, and we were lucky enough to be successful with a grant. And we started, our basic foundation has been to present professional quality concerts free of charge to the community. And they are not actually free of charge to put on. So we ask people to contribute as they can. And we have written grants and been able to put on close to 100 concerts, right, Gwen?
Yeah, definitely the 19 years. But one of the things that I remember about how we all began was we got a donation of an amazing piano.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That piano, correct me if I'm wrong, David, but that was given to us as a donation in honor of Bill Greer.
Well, there were a combination of sources for it. It's a really terrific piano. And part of it was memorial funds from the church, and part of it was in memory of Bill Greer. And there were a lot of different sources that kind of helped out with that. It is a very fine piano. I think that was the second year of the series. We have been really fortunate in being funded from the national or the New York State Council on the Arts decentralization funds. I think we've been awarded grants every year that we've been doing this.
Yes.
And we have had a lot of other supporters, the Dan and Rose McNeil Foundation, the McDonald Foundation, Cortland Community Foundation, Wilkins Foundation, and others. But the main thing has been the generosity and the contributions of individual donors who have come to the concerts. And without that kind of support, you don't get the support from the grantors. So we basically have been able to play in a really nice sandbox for 19 years because of people who have come to concerts and contributed as they can, anywhere from $10 on up to 3 or 4 figures. And that's been the joy of this thing, is that we've had people from all different segments of the community have had ownership of it. And that's basically, so all of our concerts have been free of charge.
Wow. So I know that you have a really big announcement, being that this is the 19th season. Do you want to let the community know about that?
Gwen, would you like to field that one?
Okay.
I need to keep talking.
Sure. So through the 19 years, we've had an organizing committee. So a group of people that work to help, with organizing and planning and, making sure all the pieces come together. David Neal has been our artistic director, and he has been, the go-getter for the musicians, for the different performers, and so he's really been the guidance and the glue in all of this. And so we have reached a point where our organizing committee, we have lost some of our really foundational people, and David has moved on and is doing some other things. And so as a committee, we decided that we wanted to go out strong, right? And so we decided that it was time to kind of, wrap up the series. And our plan is, we've got a couple of great concerts scheduled, and we're going to go out on a really high note. And, I'm just so thankful that we've had all these years of these concerts that people can go to without, a ticket or, and the concerts have been fabulous. And as David was saying, just a range of performers. We've had everything from, these talented high school students, college students, up to professionals that are, fairly regionally located, to bring some really great stuff to the community.
Wow. So being that, I mean, I know we had initially said at the beginning of the interview, yeah, we have 2 concerts. We never said who's going to be performing at that first concert.
That's right. We better get to that.
Yeah. we got to speak of that. I mean,
I told you I wouldn't talk too much, and I lied.
It's totally okay. We wanted to educate, the community on, the history and being that this is your baby, so it's almost like, tell me about your child. Your child is 19. You're not going to just ramble that off. It might take a second, and that's okay because, you love your child. That's your baby. But right. Being that this is the 19th season, we said that there would be 2 performances. One will be June 16th. One will be July 23rd. I want to focus on June 16th because that is within the next few days. So on June 16th, who's performing?
Well, a kind of a gala performance that is I was going to say planned, but it's in the planning. But we're bringing back some of our favorite performers who have been with us many times. Singers, musicians, pianists. Steve Stull, baritone Steve Stull, who is a colleague of mine I've sung with for years. He has performed in many of our concerts and is a really well-loved performer on the series. Lynn Craver, who is a soprano, a colleague of mine at SUNY Cortland, and wonderful performer. I'll be performing. So those are the 3 singers. We have 2 incredibly talented pianists, Blaise Brisky and Richard Montgomery, and a quintet of young artists, string players who will be playing some Schubert and Piazzolla, and another very talented young violinist, 16 years old, who will be playing with his dad at the piano, Crosby Woods, and his dad is Ian Woods. And the choral union will be making an appearance, or members of it, not the full group, but they have been a part of so many of our concerts. So it's going to be a gala performance with anything from Chopin to show tunes and everything in between. Things from the Great American Songbook and Broadway tunes, and there will be something for everybody.
And that's only days away. That's Friday the 16th. Once again,
Friday the 16th at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. And once again, where will that be? Just so that people know.
That will be at Grace and Holy Spirit Church, 13 Court Street, in the sanctuary, which is a beautiful space, wonderful acoustics, and, by the way, a great piano.
And the best things in life are free, as they said, no admission.
Right.
It's inclusive. Whether all you have to have is yourself. The only thing you have to do is pay attention. That's the only thing you're paying. Okay.
We will admit them, but we will not charge them anything. So, yeah.
Any other words that you would like to have for the community regarding this June 16th performance?
Gwen, do you have anything you would like to add? There would be reception.
a thank you to, the years of contributions and attendance and people enjoying this, because, if people didn't enjoy this, we wouldn't have continued it. But we will also have a reception following the concert. We'll just have some light refreshments and, just a time to get together and, just knowing that there will be one more concert, and just celebrate having all
Like-
this great. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it'll be a big celebration, and we hope everyone will come who's able to come.
Beautiful. Well, David and Gwen, thank you for educating us and for putting on this concert. We're going to make sure, as you said, the 19th year is going to be the biggest yet. We're starting with the gala. We're having, you never know who might appear. So once again, thank you. And Tim Bennett, Cortland Voice. God bless.
Thanks, Tim.
Stay connected. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.